Okay, we're here at the Pi Live studio with Anne-Marie Graham from UKCISA. And do you want to, just tell us a little bit about the current sort of policy landscape, but really what that means for sort of students who are here now? Because
Thanks, Will. Yeah, great to talk to you. Yes, I mean, I think, it's been really interesting over the last couple of days. We've been and I think over the last 12 months, reflecting on the impact of UK immigration policy, the rising cost of living, the fee increases, health surcharge increases, all of these things. It feels like we've had, quite a lot of iterative policy change that has had, it's been very impactful, I think, for the international education sector. We talk a lot about what impact this has on international student recruitment, and I think that is obviously very high profile. That's understandable. We're always thinking about what it means in the future, but I think it's important not to underestimate the impact that has on the international students that are here right now. To wake up in the morning and to read these press stories and negative political rhetoric and exposés, and it is really quite important to understand that really can undermine that international student experience. And of course, the international students here now are almost the recruiters of the future, because they're the alumni that will go home or go to a third country or maybe stay here in the UK and promote a UK education, promote studying abroad, what an international student mobility means. So I think, we have to make sure that we're giving them the best possible student experience, and really thinking about the impact of how we talk about them, what we say, how we talk about policy, what it means for them.
I mean, there was obviously the Sunday Times pieces which came out, and the thing that struck me when I was reading, I think the first one was, the focus on how, international students sort of taking places for domestic students. And I thought, what I thought was interesting about that piece was there wasn't so much about the actual experiences of the international students, and that there's so much that should be reported on, in my opinion. So I'm now just going off on my thing. So, but about the actual experiences of students. But tell me more about, you're on the ground speaking with students presumably a lot. I mean, what do you think it's like to be an international student in the UK right now?
So, I think obviously there's no evidence that international students are displacing, domestic students. So that's very frustrating when you read those stories. But I think also we have to remember that international students internationalise our education, so that, the great work of University of Kent and Universities UK around internationalisation at home, and how they contribute to international curriculums, so all of our students benefit anyway. So having international students on your course, on your campus, is a great benefit. And I think, the UK is still a great place to study. UK universities do a lot for their students. They, beyond the headlines, I know from our membership, UKCISA members, they're just striving constantly to make the world a better place for international students. And we have our We Are International Student Ambassador program. And ambassadors, when they come to our member events, they will say to us, I just can't believe there's a room full of people that care about my experience and what is happening to me. And it's wonderful for them to see that, to know that there's this whole population across the UK education sector working on their behalf and advocating on their behalf beyond the UKCISA high level work. So I think that is really positive. We know, I think, we've seen from repeated studies, even like what uni studies and research, that broadly international students do have a good experience. But there'll always be individual challenges, and I think we need to help work against them. We are, of course, in some global challenges, so cost of living, currency fluctuations, the price of everything, accommodation shortages, rent. I know someone myself who's recently moved house and had to rent for a short term. There's not a lot of rental accommodation about, and that impacts everybody, and including international students. So I think we have to remember that while we might all be experiencing similar problems, international students are doing that far from home, far from their family, their friends, their support network. We have to be their support network, and we have to step up and do that. And I think broadly, probably overall, it's still a good experience, great academic offer. We work really hard at our pastoral care, but we can always do better, and we have to remember that we are their subsidiary support network while they're here.
Lovely, thank you so much. These are very short interviews, but so thank you so much for having a chat with us. That was lovely. Thank you.